York Attorney General Letitia James is now the subject of Department of Justice investigation over some of her real estate dealings. She's reportedly being accused of listing a home in Virginia as her primary residence and putting down her dad as her husband on the mortgage applications. Last month, the Federal Housing Finance Agency referred Letitia James for possible DOJ prosecution. Here's part of the statement. Based on media reports, Letitia James falsified bank documents and property records to acquire government-backed assistance and loans and more favorable loan terms. Well, Letitia James calls those allegations baseless. In fact, last night she was heckled about them at a town hall meeting. You got to see it.
How does it feel to know that you will be in prison for mortgage fraud?
Thank you for coming. We respect all opinions. Everybody knows those allegations are baseless. They're discredited.
There's just something about yelling at the American voter that just rings hollow. She'll see. Letitia James has hired high-profile attorney Abby Lowell to defend her, and she says she will keep fighting.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side, and the one institution that has stood by our side is the courts. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
Well, everybody in the room will, but will she? She's got Abby Lowell. What can you tell me?
So the louder a defendant gets and the less substance there is when they're yelling, the better the chance are that they're in deep trouble. If you notice, none of her denials ever speak to the substance of the allegations, okay? The problem for her is that this is a document case, all right? This is not going to be based upon a witness or something like that. It could be at some point, but right now, they have two documents that she signed that are notarized that very clearly say, I intend to live in Virginia as my principal residence. She's got more than one house in Virginia, from what I understand. Who's living there? Are the rents being reported? These are all going to be investigated, et cetera. She's also got the building here in Brooklyn, which she has consistently listed when she goes for the mortgages, and the thing has been remortgaged a number of times as 4 residences. However, the Department of Buildings lists the certificate of occupancy, which is the defining document, throughout the entire history of that building as 5 residences. Why does that matter? Because coincidentally, above 4, 5 and above, you're a commercial establishment and your mortgage is higher. So this is where they're going. They're going to pull all the documents. And the reason this is they've opened a grand jury. Now they have subpoena power, and that's got to be making her nervous.
So real quickly, because we, obviously, Paul is also an attorney with all the other hats that he wears. Amazing. So is she inflating the value of her properties? And why put your dad down as your husband? Is that illegal? No.
So the statute of limitations almost certainly ran on the dad thing because it's like 30 years old. But it just shows you a pattern all along of the kind of stuff that she's been doing. It's very confusing, and it really just seems like they were very slipshod about all of it. But they're going to have to show intent. And I just want to close with the fact that they just snuck in yesterday a $10 million budget line on the New York State budget to defend anybody who's being targeted by Donald Trump. I wonder who that's supposed to help. Kathy Hochul, governor, if you sign this, we're going to remember next year when you run for re-election.
Yeah, think about all those people who were stabbed and hurt on her watch in the subway system, and it took her forever to send in what needed to be sent in.
This has nothing to do with her official duties. There's no reason I should pay for it.
Yeah. Look, but this is the DOJ. I mean, I thought under the Democrats, they said, no, the DOJ isn't under Biden. It's
so
neutral.
Mortgage fraud is a serious thing. I mean, I've covered housing forever, and let me tell you, you can get 30 years for mortgage fraud.
They destroy people on it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's $1 million fine. It could go anywhere, and that's what she needs to be thinking about, and that may be why she's answering these questions in the way she is.
Look what she did to Trump, right? What is it, 350 million she wants to take off?
That's where my head was at. She said she's being targeted. She calls it the latest act of political retribution. Give me a break, Letitia James. You are the person who ran on calling Donald Trump a con man. You called him a carnival barker. You said you wanted to shine a bright light into every dark corner of his real estate dealings. You ran on targeting a man, which is the antithesis of the justice system, and then tried to prosecute him civilly for something that was a victimless crime that had no precedent for doing that. So give me a break talking about targeted. You ran on targeting.
That's right.
Wow. Do you think they ever check their own books before they do stuff like that?
No, they feel so entitled, and that's what a jury won't appreciate. Because as hardworking New Yorkers have to bust their behinds in order to secure a mortgage in the first place, rates aren't very good right now. They don't look kindly on people who skirt the system and game it in order to get a more favorable mortgage rate, which is exactly what she was doing. I mean, that's why you don't get a sweetheart rate on a second home.
She's innocent until proven guilty. We want to make sure that that's clear.
Absolutely.
But it's a serious case.
Well, you said the louder they bark, though.
Without substance.
Oh, she will survive. She's our Gloria Gaynor, Harris.
Oh, my goodness. Where's Gloria?
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.